let's just check that this is working though. Youngin?
Aye.
Hobie?
I can hear you, but I can't see you yet.
Can't see you? Well, we
Oh,
can see
glasses.
Hobie, we can see that thing, and we can hear you now as well. So, happy days. Let me know in the comments if it's echoing out like that so I can try and sort it. Because there seems to be a little bit of an echo there. Settings, audio, cancellation. Hello?
Hello.
Right, champion, happy days. Alright, so what about Barry the night? There seems to be an echo and I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, let me know in the comments if it's doing anything and we'll try and adjust a couple of things. Happy days. So, let's start off with the derby. Nah, I hope he's
He's not going to try, is he?
No, but it keeps. If you see something I don't like, it means it's gone off and it's stuck.
What do you make of the derby, Ross?
To be honest, a bad championship team and a bad premiership team, to be fair. I didn't think Newcastle played that well. I think they were gifted 3 goals. Absolutely gifted. The best player on the pitch for Newcastle was Dan Ballard, Sunderland defender. You know, the likes of Arsenal, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Man City. I think we would have been absolutely thrashed.
Aye.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I just really don't think Newcastle was as good as some of that supporters make out of them to be. To be fair, especially on the day.
Well, you know, like looking back on reflection at the game and all, you know, I thought that even though, you know, that Dan Ballard, is it Ballard or Ballard?
Ballard.
Yeah, he looked, you know, like he did well, I thought, but he looked like he always had a mistake in him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 minutes before he put the own goal in, I says he's doing well him, but he looks a little bit off the pace. And then he put the own goal in, and obviously it was, you know, you can say experience, but he's 24. He's played at Arsenal under 23s. He's been loaned to quite a few games. So he should have the experience to do that. You know, like 2-0 Toon, I thought that was stupid, and, you know, like, he didn't really have to do that. I was disappointed with Joby Bellingham, like.
Do you think
I don't know. Like me, I don't know what he's there. I think the Toon was like a lot better team.
Oh, without a shadow of doubt, they were a better team.
You know, just it was a different class. It was like the come out and you could see Sunderland didn't turn up. Biggest derby you've had. How long's the derby been? Last time you had a derby, Sunderland.
7 years.
Aye, Sunderland should have come out and had a proper. Because I'm going to tell you now, I thought if Sunderland had a go, they could have beat them. And I just didn't think they had a go. I think they turned up and the whole occasion, got the better of them. And they're just like, because I'm thinking, at times I was thinking, lads at my walk, support Sunderland, the Jack Clark, min player, that Jack Clark and all that, just didn't dine out. You know, one of your best players. And you're thinking, the biggest game you've got televised, Navy, or you can have a proper go at them, and they just didn't come out and have a go at them. It was like the occasion got the better of them. And I'm thinking Sunderland could have beat them, you know, if they turned up.
And I agree with you there, 100%.
You know, like, aye.
They didn't turn up. They showed Newcastle too much respect. The club as a whole showed Newcastle too much respect on the build-up with all the stupid stuff going on behind the scenes, you know?
Ross, your kids will be going on about that one. We're in the grave, 50 yards down the line, that will always come out.
Aye, exactly.
You didn't do that with any away club. You take your stuff down because you didn't want them to smash them, and then you put that stuff up. Like, I've never noticed. Stupid in my life, I eat.
Nah.
Like, it's just like, who does that?
Nah, you would never see Everton, Liverpool did. You wouldn't see Rangers,
No.
Celtic, you know,
No.
you wouldn't see anything like that. You know,
I think as soon as they did that, like, you set the psychological edge, because not only were the Toon fans howling at you, but every Sunderland fan was like, they couldn't believe what they'd done. Like, it was absolutely mental. And then that came out and on the pitch as well. Like,
you did.
You know, we're saying there's a gulf between the players, right? But you're still in the Championship, and you were in the playoffs last year, and Newcastle are on a bad run of form. I think if you just got at them, then you could have, at worst, like, had a replay back at St James's. But like all Lee says, he just didn't come out. He didn't come out the blocks. The occasion got the better years, and Newcastle's, I would say, experience, because most of the players are a lot older than yours. They knew what to do. They knew how to see the game out. You know, they controlled it, and then they ended up winning.
They did.
And that's what it comes down to. But
like I said before, Murray, I don't think Newcastle was particularly played well on the day. They were gifted 3 goals. You know, yes, I know what you're saying. Sunderland could have gotten at them. They could have, you know, it was a derby day. But watching Newcastle play, they kept a lot of the ball. They had possession football, which is fine, which is great for them. You know, because they were doing what they needed to do, and then they were, you know, and then they were attacking when they needed to attack, keep ball when they needed to. It was at times like a training session for them. But they're all saying Newcastle, there's Newcastle, fantastic. You know, we smashed the scum and all that. It weren't that good, you know.
I've got to agree with you there. It was an own goal. It was a penalty.
Yeah, and it was a crap bit of football by the Sunderland midfielder trying to dribble it over his own box. It wasn't 3 well-worked goals. It wasn't as though that the goal from
you know, when you look at it, did Sunderland have a shot?
No.
I think that
was Sunderland pressure on them. They didn't pressure them.
I think they had to make Dubravka made one decent save with his leg.
With his foot with Pritchard.
And that was
But apart from that, they literally did not trouble Newcastle one bit. Didn't gain from it. Didn't. You know, and like a massive game like that, like me was out as a player, War Young was a player, and you know, when we used to play I used to play at Queen's Heath, and it was Lymouth, and Lymouth were a good team. It was a massive game. He went out for that game, and it was like he wanted to win that game. Even if you were bottom of the league, middle of the league, or whatever, he's wanted against the top of the league or whatever the better team. You played your heart out.
Sometimes
I just didn't say that with Sunderland.
I think a game's won on the build-up as well. You know, like
it is.
And I think Sunderland did everything wrong in the build-up.
We
didn't help ourselves. Why on earth, right? Would you do that?
I'll tell you why, Melly. I'll tell you why. Because the club is owned by corporate staff, corporate owners who know nothing about football. They know how to make money. They want to put bums on seats. They want to make as much money as they can. And what they're seeing then that day was, what we'll do is we'll pansy to Newcastle fans as much as we can. So we're doing there's nobody smashing the place up, but we're getting as much money as we can. You know.
Do you not think it's a PR stunt, though? A PR stunt is out presses, good press, and all that. So us as out talking about it, it's bad press, and doing the line, Sunderland allow us be in the press about that. So it's a PR thing, because PR, when they do PR, it's like, you know, could that be a thing?
Very much so. Very much so.
They'd already sold the tickets. They didn't have to try and sell the seats.
I know what you mean.
They didn't have to take out. They could have literally took the roof off that side of the stadium, and Newcastle fans would have still turned up. Do you know what I mean? They didn't have to do what they did, and I just cannot understand for the life of us why. And I think there should be a massive, like, I don't know. You need to like do something about that as a fan group, or like a fan group or something or whatever. But something needs to happen.
Forums and all sorts. You know, I'm in 4 or 5 different forums, Sunderland banter page, the whole lot, and every forum, every page is saying exactly the same, how much of a disgrace it was, how much of it's been embarrassing, you know, the whole lot. And yes, people were talking about it in years to come, but it's still not embarrassing for the Sunderland supporters, you know.
But that's what I mean about you put your corporate thing, you know, it's a corporate thing and it's a business. So was it a business decision for doing the line? Because pay yours, isn't it?
What's happened is, in my opinion, what's happened is they've sat down around the table and they haven't spoke about football. They've spoke about what they can do in the stadium, what can they do this way and do that way. They haven't taken into account of how the fans feel and what it's going to happen, what it looks like to the away fans, the home fans. They have just thought, we'll do this. This is nice, isn't it? We'll do this because they know nothing about football and the support and the rivalry and they just want. They just want what we think this will be good, so we'll do it. You know, they're not football players. They're not footballers. They're not anything to do with football.
They're businessmen, aren't they? They're businessmen. It's about business. It's not about the It's not about the club. It's about generating the income and what the club needs, and that's what they're about.
Well,
there's another point now. You know, like if you are any kind of just quickly though, if we've got any Geordies on who want to come on quickly and have a bit banter with Ross and Wally and myself, put them in the comments and I'll send you the link and we'll get you on. We'll have a bit crack. But I as a businessman, I mean, if I was a multi-billionaire, I would be looking at Sunderland because I've seen a post tonight saying that Sunderland's worth 80-point-something million. That's less than Bruno Guimaraes. It's absolutely mental to think that you can own a football club for that amount of money. And you can see where Newcastle's gone, and there's no taking that away from them, right? Because you know they are on the Man City roller coaster, aren't they? You know, and eventually that's where they will be in about a decade's time. You need somebody to come in for Sunderland and Borough, because the North East is the greatest place on earth. I'm not bothered what anybody says, and create a massive rivalry. I mean, that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, you've got to give a shout out to like the police and the stewards and that who made that game go without any kind of incident. The first game in 7 years, yes, it wasn't very fair getting the Newcastle fans there at 8:30, but you know, like ultimately football is about enjoyment, and nobody wants to go out of a match and not come home. And it went without any kind of incidents, you know what I mean, despite Sunderland's best efforts to make that happen, you know, like with everything that they did. And I think somebody should buy Sunderland and take them to that level as well.
But him, the owner he's a young lad, isn't it? And it was like his father's money. He inherited the money. He's took over the club, you know. And it's like literally, like God, honestly, you and me now, as we now, like getting through the ages, like I wish my father had left me a football club just to have a go at.
Aye.
You know, it's just like, you know what I mean? We'll get an RUU, whatever. You know, it's just.
He's the youngest owner. He's the youngest chairman in all the football leagues, and he but the thing is, he grew up in football. He grew up in football. His father owned football clubs. You know, he's grown up in football. He should know.
Aye. He says he didn't know how to put the stadium or what was going to happen in the stadium. I'm thinking, like, you're top of the shop. Surely the PR man's got to come in and we're going to do this. Should we do it or not? No, didn't do it. Or to not see, I didn't even know how to put it is.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Absolutely. You were a bit on and off the pitch, unfortunately, because, you know, like, I wanted a draw. I wanted to go back to St James's. To Tyne we had derbies. Didn't happen.
It's a good thing, isn't it? It should be like that, Lou. That's what it should be. It should be.
I don't know why you wouldn't want Sunderland in the Premier League. You know, like
definitely 100%.
You know what I mean? I'll just flick through some of these comments because there's some people commenting, and then we'll crack on with the FA Cup and the rest of the results. Katie Cupcake, oi Millie B. Shaney Barnes, the match was absolutely shocking. More Shaney was there. The third goal went in. She's been watching us at Man United, I think. Carry on. Not pull Ross up at the beginning. Yeah, I forget about Liverpool. Oh, you're going to sports Liverpool.
I know. I didn't forget about them. I thought that they'd wheel the other night. They took the pressure and took the lead. Arsenal, wait, Arsenal at them.
We'll come to that in a minute, young and
I know.
Through them out. Martin Gallen says it was a training game for the Toon. It was hard for them to get going. Well, you know.
I agree with that. I just didn't think they turned up.
Aye.
I agree. It was like a training game.
It was.
Tonight's stream goes. Hope tonight's stream goes well. That's Aaron Longstaff. Pop over and have a look at Aaron's YouTube channel now. He needs some subscribers. I think he's only got 354. I was just about to say it's about time he lent you some of yours. Well, yeah. Jack Clark was shocking as well. Didn't know how to pass a ball, which is surprising because he's one of your best players. I didn't think of him like Ross, and I've watched him and I think he's a good player. But your good players need to turn up for the big games, which is
100%.
a lot. Gary Mould, best two Sunderland players were Luke O'Neill and Dan Neil. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, Dan Neil.
You know.
Dan Neil. Look, O'Neill. O'Neill, you get constantly. You know, you get constant of him week in, week out. You know, he's 100%. That he's not the most gifted footballer by any means, but
he's tackling.
You know, he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Aye.
That's what you want, don't you? That's what you want.
He's a Sunderland kid, is he, Ross? Has he come in from somewhere else? Has he come through your academy?
I bought him in about 4 seasons ago. He come in,
right? You wouldn't think it, like you think he was. You would think he was a Macam, like.
You think it was a funny story about Luke O'Neill. When he first signed, it was when Sunderland was putting the new seats in. Obviously getting rid of the pink ones and putting the red ones in. So what happened is they got a lot of supporters to come and help, and they got a lot of players to come and help, and put all the seats and everything in together and what have you. And Luke O'Neill was sitting on one of the seats one day, and there was an old chap there, and he says, "Oh, what's your name?" He says, "Oh, Luke." He says, "Oh, please meet. I'm such and such." He says, "You sports Sunderland?" He says, "Well, I quite like them." He says, "You know, son, if you stick in one day, you could probably be on that pitch playing the football." Like Luke O'Neill looked at me and went, "I do play for the club, mate." He went, "Well, I've never seen you before."
Doing mad stuff. And there's one where there's somebody's running back and he literally jumps on the bloke's back and starts getting the piggy back off him.
That's right, he does. Aye. Yeah.
Yes,
have you seen that? Have you seen that old bloke? Have you seen that old bloke on I don't know what stream for it was. The old granddad with the two sons that was shooting at. Did you see that in the stadium or not?
Nah.
Have you not seen it?
Nah.
He was propaganda. He must have been about close to his 70s. Shooting out, saying, "I'll kill you. I'm gonna kill you." However, get outside with the two sons.
That
was on the pitch. Somebody must have filmed it, you know. He wasn't happy. Like he was livid. How the old bloke.
That was an old woman, you know. It wasn't a bloke. It was an old woman.
Shut up, man.
It is.
With the glasses on.
It's an old woman, aye.
Is it a woman? Looks like it. With a beanie hat on and all that.
And the glasses. And the
coat.
Aye. Standing right next to where the seats are cordoned off with the black stuff in front of it.
Aye.
We
know what? These glasses I've got on, I need to change because it looks like a bloke to me. 100%.
Hi. Hello, Zach. You all right, son? I hope you're well. Martin Gallen. Lee looks about 60-year-old. Is it hard work supporting Liverpool or something?
Okay, say hello, man. Just ask him what the score was.
Yes.
Boy, keeps going on.
How are you?
25, wasn't it? Gallen, what's he telling about? He's Callen's son and he's on about Liverpool, I'm not even going to answer that.
Well, he's changed his mind by the looks of it. He says the best two Sunderland players new is Luke O'Neill and Alex Pritchard. To be honest with you, Pritchard, I thought he did absolutely nothing till about 60 minutes. And then when he turned it on, he showed what he can do. And
I think maybe if he had scored, it might have been a different game. You know, when De Bruyne saved it with his leg.
Yeah.
I think if he had scored then, it might have been a completely different game if he had scored then. I think it just took out the window, yes.
Sunderland needed to get the crowd on their side, didn't they? That's what they needed.
Aye, they did, aye.
People are calling them for it, but look, 09, he tried that with that tackle, didn't he? That's what he was doing there. Sometimes a good tackle is as good as a goal. But
that's another thing. Knee VR, right? And I'll tap with the 2 years. Best game I've ever seen for a long time. Knee VR, proper challenges going in, knee ref blown, knee cameras.
Young man, it's been this weekend. I mean, obviously, you know, like the Liverpool and Arsenal, if you were the Premier League teams, then you went home, then you got it. This has been the best weekend of football. It's proven to me.
100% knee VR, proper challenges. You can't even challenge for the ball, no, man.
I'm working through the messages, man. I'm going to flick to this one because Nelly from Linemove says, good game watching the derby without VAR.
100%. How do you think we did it? Do you think I didn't like VAR? I think it takes it out the whole game, mate.
It spoils it.
It spoils it. Like Newcastle Sunderland was a perfect example of what football should be about. New proper challenges, proper game for the ball. You know, you can get stuck in. No, you can't. No, they're that bad. It's getting to the point. Look at Gordon. You know, where he pulls his shot and takes his shot away.
Aye.
Yeah. That's the new challenges that you cannot physically challenge. So New will just pull your shot back and rip your shot. And I loved it. I thought it was mint.
You know what it is. And I've said this to a few lads now. Before the derby game, well before the derby game, Longstaff for Newcastle is the softest Geordie I've ever seen in my life. He gets touched and he falls. He rolls down. He does this. He does that. He's ridiculous for his dive. And when you see him, and he's playing that, he's hurt. There was a challenge went in on him, and I can't remember. I think it was Eknew. Two of them went in full-blooded. I thought, oh, here we're gone. Clattered into each other because it wasn't near VR. Right?
Got up and went around, didn't he?
And helped each other up. I thought if there'd been VAR, they would have been rolling all over the place. But
it's spoiling it, isn't it?
Straight up.
There's got to be a Geordie watching this that wants to come on, man. How? Jesus. I've tried. I tried.
What about Gallen? Why is Gallen not on here?
Not listening to Gallen. He's just taxed stupidness.
He loves a comment, but he'll not come on.
He'll not come on.
No.
If he's booking a holiday, if he's booking a holiday or something, man.
The Scoochie, you and I,
He will be on holiday.
Martin Gallen, men versus boys.
Oh, there he is.
There he goes.
Eddie Bates says, NUFC didn't have to be good if SAFC had tried to have a go. Toon had another 2 or 3 gears to go. He's right, like.
He is.
If you pulled it on a bit, I don't think Newcastle got out of 3rd gear.
No, they didn't.
Once they got that goal, Sunderland weren't coming at them, Ross, so they didn't need it.
They didn't pressure them one bit. They were just playing their own football, weren't they?
As a Sunderland fan, you've got to be disappointed with the performance that you put in a derby.
100%. 100. That on that pitch wasn't the Sunderland of old. That when you've got the old managers back then, when you had the likes of Reedy, managers like that, Poyer, Kino, when you had their managers in there, they wouldn't have put that Sunderland team on the pitch to play the way they played. And don't get us wrong. Beale's just come in. He's a new lad. He's just come in. But so was Poyer. So, you know what I mean? He was a new manager just come in. He
played at a high level.
But he was aware.
Do you think it's just a modern game where you 11 players, you might have 1 or 2 like really know what a derby's about, and then you have your other 9 that just think it's I'm not about what to see. It's just another game to me. I'm going to get the game, Where Eddie Howe, and honestly, Adam like Newcastle, I'm telling you he's got. For the first time I've seen for a long time, Eddie Howe has them playing for the badge, not for their wages, not for how good they're going to be. He's got them playing for the club.
He's got them playing for the club, but none of the Newcastle players are playing in the derby.
I know, but I'm saying, but there's still now that you're going out, it's a derby, and they're playing for the badge. And the Newcastle's never for years, many managers have bought for the Howe played for the badge. So when they went out, Newcastle, Sunderland, they've played for the badge. Where you've got Sunderland who are going on, Have they played for the badge, or have they just played? Think, oh, I'm not about what's going on. We'll just get by the game. We'll be able to get by. Not knowing like how big of a thing Newcastle Sunderland is.
The one thing I'll say about Newcastle is when you're going like playing for the badge and things like that, what Newcastle had is they've got the likes of Longstaff, Dummett, and Dan. You've got Byrne,
people Geordie's, in the Geordie's in the club.
Geordie lads, they have grown up with the rivalry that's here. They'll have instilled that into their lads, into the training sessions and all that. I think we've got one lad from up our way in our squad, and just like
the Divin
why is that though, Ross? Because like Sunderland's always been a better academy than Newcastle, and that's a known fact.
They've still got a decent academy. They've still got a great academy. It's just
why you not got anybody coming through? Are you selling them before they get to that point?
It's
probably.
It's just it's because we're owned by a business and not a footballing club anymore.
Mate, you want rid of that as quick as you can. Look at Man United, man. They're exactly the same. They have been for years. Honestly, it's an absolute nightmare. I mean,
running it as a business is not what walks out like. You know what I mean? Especially with Man United, it's a massive business. And if you suddenly want to try and do that, like Man United, you can look at them. Like, not as a club, as a business, a massive business. And you know, like it's just you're doing one pal, isn't it?
That's the thing with Sunderland, isn't it? You're still getting 40,000 in the championship. Still,
the support.
That's another thing as well. Just going back to the Newcastle, the way Sunderland went on. Which other would you ever see Man United, Liverpool, Man City? Would you ever see them letting the bar where people drink, they get their food, they have the soft seats? Would any of them to their rivals here? Well, we'll let you take over that bar. You just
have to put up with it, wouldn't you? Whatever you got.
People would break into the club and they would rip it to shreds if they tried to do that at Man United.
Right.
You would give them a little spot in the club, wouldn't you?
Aye, exactly.
We've got Sunderland Sports Bike Place, and where the whole seats that they had, that must have been at the top 7,500, whatever it is. And they even moved Sunderland supporters away from their season ticket seats, didn't they? Moved them to other bits of the ground to give the Toon that little bit in this thing. And I suppose you've got ticket allegation, but I was thinking, hold on a minute, could you not just put them somewhere else?
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean? It was just out of the now, but
next time you says, what's your thoughts on Gordon's booking, mate? This is class. Can you remind us of Gordon's booking? What he is?
I can't remember it.
Gordon's booking.
Aye.
Can't remember that.
Was that when the lad tried to rip his shirt off?
And he went, you should have asked us and I'll give you it later.
I don't know if he got booked for that, did he?
I don't know if he did. I can't remember that. Like, I can't remember any bookings.
Nah, I can't.
Good.
Nick. John Burton says we're a long way from getting in the Premier League.
We are. I don't want them to go up. I don't want Sunderland to go up in the Premier League because one, we haven't got the money, we haven't got the backing, we haven't got the squad. The only two things we have got, we've got the support and we've got the stadium. That's it. We've got a Premiership stadium and a Premiership supporting backing.
But it is the way they're looking at it. It's a 40 million payment or whatever it is to go up. You stop up, you may get relegated, and then you've got balloon payments for the next 3 years. Of when you get in the championship, you get a balloon payment or whatever in 3 years. So a lot of clubs knew, like Sunderland, it may benefit them getting in the Premier League, may not be able to run the course, get relegated, and they get the balloon payments. And what makes them sustain, getting back up and maybe stopping up. So the Premier Leagues, that's why they're always going for it, because of the payments you get when you're there.
Young'un, you know who John Burton is?
No.
You don't remember Jock? You got sent off.
Him in the final, right back. Is that who it is?
Aye. You got sent off at Morton for Craig Park.
Aye, I remember him now. I see, aye. Good, I would never name that seeing his, because I named him as Jock.
Aye. It was Clanborg who sent you off, if you remember rightly.
Right, because the yellow card. I got a yellow card just before he went to Premier League. Yellow card, didn't he?
Jock,
I sent Jock off.
I don't know if he did or not, mate. I'm sure he did, if I remember rightly. I was only 15 at the time. Like,
You were only a little bit, didn't I? And now give me a yellow card, and I ended up getting the penalty in the penalty later, and that's what happened. He was in the Premier League the next season, how?
He did. He did.
He did. How was a good player, jockey now.
Oh, he was a left back, wasn't he?
Aye, he was a min player, how? He was good. He was a good player.
Aye, and then who was in the middle? Who was the kid
in the middle forwards?
No, Nemesis.
Was it not Warren Dawson?
Yeah, the one he walks him up to Leisure Centre. Jock's Brian, I think. Yeah.
Scooby.
Scooby.
It is Scooby.
You remember him?
Aye.
Jock's in Scooby.
Aye, it is Scooby.
I can't remember, but I'm sure they were close. Martin Gallen.
They're not relations. They're relations, aren't they?
I think so. Look, one tackle was a proper derby tackle. Pity there was only the one tackle in 90 minutes. I agree with you, Gallen. Gallen, I've sent you the link. He says he's in the bath, but we're not bothered if he's in the bath, are we? Let's get him on. Jock and Scooby, brothers.
Aye, they're brothers. I knew that.
The East Stand says Sunderland Tin Pot, Ross. What do you say to that?
The East Stand Sunderland Tin Pot. Obviously. what can you say? The stadium is 90% better than most other stadiums around the country. So
it is.
You know what I mean?
I think you need to change the name. That's what I think. The only thing I think you need to change the name. That's about it. I think it's an alright stadium, isn't it?
Seagulls.
It's a great stadium.
Dear, I think it's a good stadium.
Jock says he'll come on soon. Well, listen, hey, we spent 32 minutes talking about the derby, so we're going to hit the brakes. I want to get to the toilet quickly, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the rest of the FA Cup results and also the draw. Some interesting draws there, especially for Man United. We're going to end up in a car park. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Carpets and beds, laying our reputation one recommendation at a time. You can find us at 63 Station Road in Ashington, Northumberland, just over the station bridge near the council offices. Email sales@mellysbedsandcarpets.co.uk or call 01670 632216. We're also on Facebook. The best quality around at the cheapest prices. JB Glazing and Joinery Limited, from Ashington and Northumberland, with serving all the surrounding areas, covering all aspects of double glazing, warm roofs and joinery. Call Gary during working hours on 07825 160 777. Or you can find them on Trustpilot, where you'll find JB Glazing and Joinery with 5-star reviews. A1 Fire Stopping and Drilling Service, who specialise in installation and maintenance of passive fire protection, fire stopping and thermal insulation systems. You can email your query to martin.gallen@a1firestop.co.uk or call during work hours 07751 429 045. A1 Fire Stopping Services. Ashington Properties, whose company mission is to create high-quality homes for the local people of Northumberland, and whose values are transparency, trust and loyalty. You can email them at ashingtonproperties@gmail.com or call during working hours to 07985 203 094. And finally, if you're wanting to look sharp, Musk Cuts down in Newbiggin, a top-class barber. You can call them on 07519 0777787. Always look your best when you get cut off Moors. Always look your best when you get cut off Moors. Get in. Look, you know, I'll tell you, I really enjoy doing it, to be fair. Like, it's just a good bit cracking it. So look, I've got my phone here. We're going to go through the results. We'll flick through some of them because we don't want to figure out them because I want to focus on a few. So Palace and Everton to start off. They drew nils each. Everton got a man sent off. They'll have to replay. We got a Friday, and that was Brentford and Wolves again, ones each. Wolves getting a man sent off. Fulham and Rotherham. Fulham won 1-0 against Rotherham, which I think they were. I never seen the stats like 66-34. They dominated the game, but 1-0 is always a risky result, isn't it?
All right.
Same as Spurs and Burnley. 1-0 there. Burnley's not having a very good season, to be fair. Like, I hope they turn it around because I like Burnley. I
think he's brought a lot of young lads in, honey. Is like I like him. I think he's not went out and bought stupidness. He's bought like a load of young lads, and he's trying to like it's for the future, isn't it? And he's like trying to survive it. It's like I like what Burnley's doing. I think they're doing the right way. You know what I mean?
I hope he turns it around. Like. You know, now he's ex-City, but still, I like Burnley. I like the ground, and it's a good. It's like
it's one of your favourites, isn't it? It's one of your favourite away grounds, isn't it?
Aye, because you can try and have a tap. You can't at Forest as real, to be fair. Like,
it's one of your favourite stages. You can go outside for a tap. Oh, not the hospitality or not. You can just go outside for a tap.
When we were there, obviously, well, it was three Fusing United fans, and you had one little old lady, right? She must have been that last from Sunderland, actually, very similar. And she was giving me grief the whole game, and I thought that's meant that, like. AFC Wimbledon 1, Ipswich 3, Coventry 6, Oxford United 2, Maidstone 1, Stevenage 0, Millwall 2, Leicester 3, Sunderland obviously 0, Newcastle 3. Blackburn 5, Cambridge 2, Gillingham 0, Sheffield United 4. Good result for Sheffield United because they're struggling as well.
Oh, yeah.
Hull 1, Birmingham 1, Newport 1, East Leigh 1, and that is Manchester United's. One of them are the potential opponents in the next round. Norwich 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Plymouth 3, Sutton 1, QPR 2, Bournemouth 3, Southampton 4, Walsall 0. Stoke 2, Brighton 4, Watford 2, Chesterfield 1, Chelsea 4, Preston 0, Chelsea, Middlesbrough 0, Aston Villa 1. Wow.
It was a hard game. Like Middlesbrough did really. They're playing tonight, though, aren't they? They're playing tonight against Chelsea.
I thought it was now each. I've obviously
it's one out.
Yes, what a wicked deflection as well. That was
Matty Cash, that's what it's saying.
Matty Cash.
He was putting it in the right. He was putting it in the bottom right-hand corner, and it took such a deflection. It went in the left-hand corner. That was not bad of a deflection.
I want to see Middlesbrough doing. We'll obviously now Michael Carrick managing there. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Cardiff 0, Swansea 2, Morecambe 0. And on Sunday it was Luton 0, Bolton 0, Man City 5, Huddersfield 0. Forest 2, Blackpool 2. That was
the struggle with Forest. They were 2-0 down. Blackpool absolutely took London, 2-0 down, and like Gibbs White, what a goal at the end to make it 2 each. You know, but you've got a midwinter break. Not Forest didn't want you should be sitting here with your feet up. No, they've got to go and play them the week later. You've got no midweek break. You know what I mean? But they struggled not in Forest.
Not in Forest, like. Yeah, I mean, obviously they beat us just a few days earlier, and then they got lose each with Blackpool. But it's not what you want. Like you say, the winter break is.
You want the winter break, don't you?
Aye. Peterborough 0, Leeds 3, Shrewsbury 0, Wrexham 1. What was it?
Just come back.
Wrexham.
I just came back that Leeds game. Did you see Patrick Bradford's goal?
Wow. Now listen, it's about time he scored a goal because he's been on the sick. and he's been doing everything else. And again, we've been the best player on the planet, and he's like that's what he should be doing every week.
Aye.
Because the way they get on him, when he's like a Messi, when he's treating these supporters, Bamford's the best thing since sliced bread and all that, but Bamford needs to prove his weight. That's what Bamford needs to do. Was it mid-goal or Ross, wasn't it?
Bamford's very similar to like a poor Berbatov, like he's
on
the pitch and he can score goals. But I'm looking here and it's Bamford assisted Ampadu. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And then Ampadu returned the favour and assisted Bamford, and Ampadu scored again later on. So I don't know who that Ampadu is, but he's obviously
a good player.
Right. Shrewsbury nil, Wrexham 1. Good result for Wrexham.
Wrexham. Can you imagine the party you get if you get Wrexham in the next, whatever it is, the next round, imagine the party that comes along with Ryan Reynolds and all that, like the media, isn't it? If you have a club, it's a massive thing, isn't it?
I watched that game. I watched that Wrexham game, Shrewsbury, and how Wrexham won. I don't know. Shrewsbury.
That Mullen, you know what it is? It's that Mullen. That Mullen that brought him in when they were like doing up, but he was like, they were bottom of the league, and he was like 2 leagues above, and he's done now but score goals for them. That Mullen scores goals every week for them. He's been like he has, and I think they paid him more wages to come in from a different club to where they were.
To me, he's got a bit of a John Hartson with him. He's got a bit of a Ferguson.
Yes, he scores goals for
the old sort centre forward.
When's the last time he's seen an old sort centre half, like a centre forward? The modern game, you didn't get a centre, you didn't get a Berbatov or a Shearer that scores 30 goals. Look at Arsenal. You've got multiple wingers, Saka, Haaland, and Havertz, and they're all expected to score goals. You haven't got a Oot. Apart from you've got Man City, who's got Haaland, who can poke it in when the team does whatever they need to do. When's the last time he's seen an Oot striker like Shearer, like Berbatov? The modern game doesn't have them now.
Because they're totally adjusted and having the play.
Like it's got to be the front wingers, the wing backs.
They are on the right wing, and they put a right wing on the left wing because they want them to come back to the side.
Wait, and by come to see you, Anthony, how many times should he be put on the left when he's on the right? It's just you haven't got an Oot striker.
You should be put on a plane straight back to Brazil. That's where he should.
He should.
West Ham 1, Bristol City 1. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. Arsenal shot. Well, absolutely.
Arsenal should have been 5. Now, that's my whole point. What I've just said to you, Arsenal with a top class striker, somebody who can put goals away, should have been 5-0 up in the first half.
Aye, and then it's
should have been.
None of them wanted a draw. Like they both had to go for it because with the break in that, they both wanted that break.
Oh, dang.
And the difference is obviously, like they're what do you call it? Arsenal are relying on that Nketiah at the minute, and he's not good enough for me. Like Jesus.
Ewan, how many times do we see Arsenal like when like past Vieira, they're playing in the boot and they try to like pass it into the goal? They're like no striker. It's been going on Arsenal for not just like one season. It's been going on for a lot of seasons. Lovely football, playing in the boot, and they want to like just be on the goal line and tap it in.
No, I want to do that.
You can't do that. You need Havertz is. Oh, honestly, there should have been 5. I'm a Liverpool supporter. Should have been 5-0 up before first half. The football they played was unbelievable, but you need a goal scorer, man.
You almost sit and watch them, don't you? And they'll get right up to the sink. They'll get into the box, and then they'll pass it back over. Instead of
had a chance where Diaz done it in the second half. You get the bell's coming to you, and the first thing is to just shoot. You're close to the bell. He takes a touch, then takes another touch. And you can't do that Premier League, man. By the time you took a touch, somebody's coming on you. Exactly. Diaz got it, took it away from his feet and put it in the second goal. That's what you've got to do. You didn't get second and third touches in the Premier League. You get one chance, and your chance is there, and there could have been 5-0 up at half time. And I just think, I didn't. Because if you look now, you've got out like Shearers. 30. When's the last time you've seen a striker have 30 goals a season, 25 goals a season? No, if they have 12 to 15 goals a season, that class is a good striker, how?
Aye. Well, last season, Jesus had a carry few. I'm sure he did.
And
obviously,
I don't know.
Who else was the leading goal scorers?
It's just your strikers, your out number 9s, as nowhere in the game. No, it's all about your wingers. People coming in and they're all expected to score, not just your number 9. And I think that's the problem.
I thought you were right there, but you know what? You're not. You're right, because last year, Erling Haaland, 36, Harry Kane, 30, and then Ivan Toney on 20, Salah, 19, Alan Wilson, 18, Rashford is what I want to get, he's 17. Right, so the last game of the FA Cup was Wigan 0, Manchester United 2. And although the stats show that we're absolutely done, you haven't got an out striker. No, your front 4 is all expected to score goals. You haven't got them. You need to score 30 or whatever. Your front 4 all have to be expected to score goals. You haven't got an out strikers anymore. It's finished. Your fucking Shearers, your Berbatovs, all that, your out strikers, you know. He got that Haaland, whatever he can. It's not Haaland, but it's Haaland's copy at Man United. It's an out striker. That's what I want to get to, young'un. I want to get to that new. Like last night, like.
You've seen that game? I've never seen the game, so you'll know from Wigan Man United.
Watching from the stands, like Rashford, like I remember an argument on Twitter at the minute with somebody, and he's saying like it's abuse because he's like, I says, look, man, you like he's on 300 grand a week. You don't get 300 grand a week, right, through being crap, right? You're getting 300 grand a week because you're expecting. When
your contract's nearly ended, you were due your 300 grand a week, so you played, and you were the best player on the fucking planet, so you played for your contract, got your contract, and he's sitting back, isn't he? Anyway.
Oh, all right. So like he's just I don't know what it is with him. I don't know what's the matter, but his body language and everything's just mental. Like I was watching that last night and I was thinking, you know, 1-0. Wigan's gonna nick a goal here. We're gonna end up having a replay at Old Trafford. Even though we dominated the game, you know, like they never looked like they could really. I don't think got to the second or third. Yeah, but. That's the problem with United at the minute is that
it's not like Ten Hag saying to them, and you've told me many a time, is you better be playing, and Rashford's thinking, well, what do I need to play for? I'm still getting 300 grand a week. I'll just put a little performance in. I didn't need to put 100% performance in.
Well, I'm talking from the stands last night, and I tell you now, right, there was a lot of grudge towards Rashford. His body language was absolutely disgusting. I'm not lying, honestly. He just didn't want to know. I don't know what it looked like on the telly, but he just didn't want to know.
But Ten Hag now he's not playing. That's his body language. You get the 300 grand a week, and you're not pulling your weight, mate. It's not Ten Hag's fault. It's Rashford's fault. It's like he expects you to just be getting away with it, doesn't he? Don't he?
Like his head's not in it. Is it like his head's not in it? It's like he's all over the place. As if he's thinking about something else while he's on the pitch.
I don't know.
Do you think like
either of them on to a hotel with a trip here?
No, nothing. Instead of running 100 yards, Rashford, you've got to run 300 yards. I'm not running 300 yards. I've already got what I've got. I'm not running 300 yards. I think that's what I think it is on him. He's got his thing in him with Ten Hag. It's like, honestly, I spoke with you with a little thingy. Ten Hag actually gets a lot of criticism, but he's actually trying to weed them out. And he's one of them, because you get 300 grand a week. For 300 grand a week, I would run from here to London and back in 12 hours if I had to, for 300 grand a week.
You see,
and I just think it's just stupidity.
you see
But
it
you just,
until it's second nature and you're getting it regardless, and then like, you know what I mean? Well, so I don't know. I just think, you know, like with Sancho, I think they're close, and I think it's affected him. And obviously, you know, like every time he fouls with his goalkeeper, it affects him. But I want him to succeed because he's Manchester through and through. You know what I mean? But it's getting to the point now
do you think he'll come back?
he needs to
Do you think he'll come back? Do you think he'll give him another chance, or do you think he's had his with Ten Hag is you take your stand, and you've got to take your stand. You cannot just come back and say, "Wait, I've given you, I've had the lip on with you for a couple of months, so I'll let you come back then." You've got to take your stand with Ten Hag. So when is he ever going to come back? When Ten Hag's in it?
I think with Ratcliffe coming in and they're taking over the football inside and stuff,
That's where it's going to change.
I think that's why he's going to go on loan to Borussia Dortmund, because before the season's out, as much as I want Ten Hag to stay, with all the rumours and everything that's circulating,
yeah, he's not going to.
Their own man, and then they'll bring him back in. And I also think they'll bring Mason Greenwood back in.
Aye.
I think. Because it was Richard Arnold that made that decision.
Aye.
He knew when he wrote that, right, that he wasn't going to be the chairman at the end of the year, which is why they've sent him over there, and he's performing at the top standard. Real Madrid, Barcelona, but he's still a Man United.
Listen, I'm telling you, without my always stay somewhere.
There's no way on God's earth, right, that they're going to allow him to go in there. They're going to bring him back. I'm telling you now, it's written.
Listen, without my mistakes, and like Greenwood now, lad, I'm not bothered anybody says you're a young lad doing your fucking thing or whatever you want to do, you know, and the publicity, doesn't it? It's like it doesn't matter whether you're wrong or you're right or whatever they say, you're going to be wrong, aren't they?
Well, you know, for me, I mean, I like Ross, I've heard the tapes and I wouldn't have him back because of that. Like, we haven't heard the whole lot, though. That's the thing. We need to listen to the whole lot. All we've got.
Yeah, I haven't heard them, so I didn't know. So
side of it, you know what I mean? If you haven't heard them, you must have been in a cave. Listen,
I have been in a cave.
It looks like it.
So you wouldn't have him back then? You wouldn't have him back?
Personally, no.
So why send him out then? Why not just get rid? They're going to get him back, aren't they? You would just send him out alone, they're going to take him back.
I'm just a fan, you know what I mean? Man United's done this on purpose. They know what they're doing. They're going to bring him back. 100%. Kai Simpson says, I've already seen Gary and asked him this, but what's your thoughts on the paper talk of Martial getting a contract extension? What do you make of Bamford's goal? Just spoke with Bamford's goal. I think if Martial gets a contract extension, it must be Stevie Wonder who's given the contract extension.
Just want to see it. I gotta pack up Man United season ticket in. If he gets another contract, then I can play for Man United.
What do you reckon? Would you give him one?
No. Give him one? No, not a chance.
I'd give him one, but not one of them. Straight on the
Well,
I
can play for Man. If he gets a contract, I can play for Man United in the morning.
Martin Gallen, good away day at Burnley. It definitely is. Mark Evans, I wouldn't have Man United. We'll switch it to Old Trafford to make money for the other teams they play. Can you do that? Because I've seen a few people say that.
I don't know. What? Switch the thing? Switch the tie.
To get extra revenue for the lower league team.
That'll be our luck, honestly. With that Wigan game.
Switch the tie and get beat.
That Wigan game. No, that Wigan game was the first away we've had in our 3 years. You know, Derby was our last one before COVID. So, I mean, I'm saying, you know, you get a lot of jibbers with United, you know, people who go and double up and get in and stuff. They're in the ways. You wouldn't need a jib. You would just stand in the car park and watch it, wouldn't you? It's mental. But it's good. That's good. It's a great thing, isn't it, about the FA Cup? So happy day. Welsh up the Colliers tonight. Ashton Colliers are playing at home tonight. You've probably still got time after 8 o'clock, I think it starts. What time is it now, actually? It's 8 o'clock. I go look at the Colliers. Lee Fairgrieve, Ballard, other than the push for pen and deflection, had a good game by the Toon. 0-9 smashing Miley to welcome him to the Derby. Lol. At Owl Stars, New Millie. I'll watch this after. I've just tried to get him on. Rolf says Arsenal played appalling. The first half they didn't, Nicola. The second half they did. But hey, like it's not looking good for you. I think you have lost on. You haven't won.
They've got no goal scorers, man. They've got nobody to put it in the net. Everything apart from Arsenal's game is they can play football, and that's no bother. Final third, they've got to score goals.
Yeah.
Top of the league, if you want to be top of the league, you want to be in Champions League, you have to be scoring goals. Simple as that. You can play as much like pretty football as you want. And I'm only saying that as Liverpool supporter because we just took the pressure. But what I'm saying is, you've got to score goals, haven't you?
Well, that's the name of the game.
You've got to score goals.
Steve Robson, Melly, is that Stevie Bruce?
Hi, Steve.
Rashford not interested. Martial horrendous. Absolutely, mate.
100%.
The talking Lee show is class. Says Gallen.
No, it is, man.
I think he might have had a beer, like.
No, I haven't. I'm just.
Sure.
You got to have your opinion. I'm just going to have your opinion, haven't you? I'm not going to say no my opinion. Jesus.
I tell you what Arsenal should have kept.
Oh.
It's a bit of a weird one, but they should have kept Giroud. He's still scoring goals.
Yes, he's a top class scorer. Like, where's he new? AC Milan or something?
He's a bro. I can't think where he is.
Something like that.
He's not, man. He's at. He is.
He is. He's at AC Milan and Milan.
He's an
top class scorer.
Yeah. He'll score goals. You know, he knows where to put himself in the box to get a goal.
And that's what they need, doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
They do.
They need to score against us, didn't he? Giroud.
Yes, he did.
Right.
Giroud, good goal scorer. Well,
the fourth round ties will be scheduled across the weekend of Saturday, the 27th of January, and successful teams will land 120 grand from the competition prize fund, which is mint for who we've just been talking about. You know, the little teams, it's fantastic, that. So, you've got Watford v Southampton, Blackburn Rovers v Wrexham, AFC Bournemouth v Swansea City, West Brom will play either Brentford or Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Ham United or Bristol City will play Forest or Blackpool, Leicester City v Hull City or Birmingham City, all the cities, Sheffield Wednesday v Coventry City, Chelsea v Aston Villa. So there's one big team out.
That's a big scout.
Yeah, Ipswich Town v Maidstone United. Liverpool will play either Norwich City or Bristol Rovers at home.
Easy game.
Tottenham Hotspur will play Man City.
Man City, hard one,
Leeds United will play Plymouth Argyle. Crystal Palace or Everton will play Luton Town or Bolton Wanderers. Newport County or Eastleigh will play the mighty United.
Would a pass.
Sheffield
United, all that pass.
will play Brighton and Hove Albion, and Fulham will play Sunderland. Newcastle. Big team going out. So there's 3 or 4 teams from the Prem can go out into for the next round. So you know, I love it when the FA Cup's like this. Like I just.
Do you agree with the third run, fourth run replays getting scrapped where it gains the penalties?
Nah, I think there should be replays because you know, like
it should be replaced, shouldn't it?
For instance, like you know, like for United, they somehow miraculously managed to get a draw. Again at Old Trafford and experience 6,000.
And the other club gets the money of that 70,000. Not just because I heard on the radio the day that there was a bloke on saying replay shouldn't be doing it, should go straight to penalties, all finished, all that. But I don't agree with that. I think you should have a replay. You should have that.
Definitely.
For the lower clubs, anyways.
Definitely for the lower clubs, but obviously what they're trying to do, they're trying to look after the big clubs who's playing in Europe and play teams like that. So they're just heaping more and more games up on them. That's what they're trying to do because they are. Unfortunately, the players now can't play more than 2 games a week because they're tired.
2 games a week for 300 grand. I'd play every day of the week, twice a week for 300 grand, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Would you,
well,
Ross?
Is that after you ran down to London and back and all?
Aye, after I've run to London and back, and I'll play another 2 games, like morning and afternoon, for 300 grand a week. I think I'd only walk 1 week and say, I'm finished, and that's me notice I've done 1 week, 300 grand a week. That's me notice, I'm finished. Have me 300 grand and be finished.
So Ty Simpson says, I think they regret selling that young and Florian Balogun. If you check his stats quickly for this season, he's probably the missing link in that team. He must be on it with Arsenal.
Aye.
It's got to be, hasn't he?
Aye. Well, look, we've done our enough. It flies by, doesn't it?
Aye, it flies by.
Yeah.
Just quickly, Lee, here's another one, Lee. What do you think about this one? Jordan Henderson, he wants to come back to England because he doesn't like it. He's getting 700 grand a week.
150 grand a week. We've had Jordan Henderson would stop our words for another 3 weeks.
700 grand, that's what he's getting.
700 grand a week he's getting, and he doesn't like it because he's only playing in front of about 800 supporters a week. He says it's too dry for him across there as well.
Who in their right mind? Because what's he going to come out here for? 300 or 400 grand? Who in their right mind is going to give Henderson that kind of money? That was only the Saudis that were going to give that. It's like ridiculous, isn't it? Aye.
But the Saudis are taking our. Listen, look at the Saudis. You're talking about football. They've took the live golf on.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking the live golf on. They're taking other things. The Saudis are taking our because instead of like dodgy streaming it, the Saudis want to be the main, and they've got these people have got, when you look at Dubai and whatever you want to do, they've got more money than fun, man. They can just come in and say, listen, we want to take over this, and I think the football's going the same way. It's going the same way as the live golf, all that, because Ina and Bonnie has money tax, man.
It does, right? But China tried it, America tried it, now the Saudis are trying it, none of it has worked. But I'll tell you what I will say before we end the show, right, on Jordan Henderson, right? You're saying he's getting 700 grand a week, Ross, right? That's what he's 6 months. That's 14 million quid he's had. As a player, right, as a professional, you've been at Liverpool and won the Champions League and the Premier League.
You've done everything.
Right? Now you've got enough money in the bank to see you for the rest of your life.
Stop whinging.
Why would you not come back to Sunderland and help them get back to the Prem and be remembered for the rest of your career?
Because it's not about his career, it's about the money. His money, the family's money.
I like the thought of it, Millie. But just turn that on its head just a little bit is why would you come back to Sunderland after having a glittering career and just be remembered for your last 6 months at Sunderland is not being able to do it anymore, and everybody's gone, his legs is gone. Look at Defoe. Defoe come back to Sunderland. He only lasted 6 to 7 months. He only played half a dozen.
You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, are you, Ross?
You're telling me that Jordan Henderson couldn't succeed in the Championship?
Why? Why do you think that he would succeed in the Championship?
Why would he?
Why would he?
He still get he can still run the midfield for England when he comes.
So you're trying to take the same comeback to Sunderland as a player?
Aye. He's still got 2 years left in them legs at least.
You think?
No, but the Championship's a lot
different. Championship football.
He could dictate. He could just sit. He could have people doing all the running. He could sit. And I honestly think he would help you get back in.
Championship football, 2 games a week. He's fucking used to sitting on his horse for the last thing of doing. He ain't gonna come back to the Championship and play 2 games a week and have to run his heart out.
No, man. He's linked with Bayern Munich, and you're telling me that he's linked with Bayern Munich, but he couldn't get to Sunderland in the Championship.
Bayern Munich and Sunderland are a different fucking league, aren't they?
Of course they're
You're having to come Tuesday and Friday in the Championship and play your heart out Tuesday, Friday. He ain't going to come back to Sunderland no matter how much he thinks about them physically.
I would personally, that's what I would
do. He would, but his mindset doesn't think like that.
Melly, Why doesn't he stick it out for another year? Then he can come back to Sunderland and buy the club.
You're right, Ross. You're right. He's trying to come back to Sunderland. Can you think he's going to come back to Sunderland, Ross?
I think the
Very
Championship
much doubted. As a manager, I can understand it.
He's injury prone. You know, he doesn't like a tackle anymore, and that's what you get in the Championship. You get tackled,
and you're on 750 grand a week where you are. He ain't come near Sunderland.
Gallen says apparently he's going to Everton.
Which
Sean Dyche's job. Nah, I didn't say that right. To play.
I'm saying play for Everton.
I can see him playing. I can't see him playing, but I can't see him. Aye.
But I tell you what, that I mean, he'll go doing Liverpool's estimates. You know, massively to Everton, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I think that's Gallen's crack. I think that's what Gallen's saying.
Do you think he's asked about that? He's went to Saudi.
He's went to Saudi for money, isn't he?
After gone protesting, you know, like about the game.
Yes, and then wasn't, and went there.
Then he went there. You know what I mean? Do you think he's got any morals? Of course he has.
Got any morals, hasn't he?
I reckon he could do a job. Says Kai and Jay Welsh. Says Sunderland would have to buy him. Are still under contract. There's a lot.
Still under contract.
Thank you both very much for coming on.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed the crack. And there's the AhhhhTeta is in tatters. Sau'd like that.
Aye.
Toon have the Tyne of their life on wearside. Over and out. Shame I couldn't get a Geordie on.
When you need a Geordie, where is he?
Nah. Getting beat, wouldn't you? Not really. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Give it a like, subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell notification, and that'll notify you when we're going live. Although I do plaster it everywhere as we like. So down with this. Thanks very much. Cheers, lads. Take care.
See you later.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Thanks everybody.
See you later, Ross. Ta-ra.